If you love Nike and baseball, I have a great few frame options for you, so stick around. Hello and welcome, I'm Eyeglass Tyler. I want to talk to you about the best Nike options for baseball. I have 5 frames on the table. They all have a lot in common. So at the top of this, so that I don't have to repeat myself over and over, I'll tell you all of the features that these guys share. The whole aim of this video is to give you a better idea as to what these frames have to offer and what you can expect out of them to decide whether or not they're right for you. The frame features all of these offer first and foremost, to me at least, is they are all RXable. That is to say that they all can take prescription lenses. If you need prescription, these are still options for you. They all have a semi-rimless, which is also to say interchangeable functionality with the lenses. That means that you can have the one frame, but multiple lenses for not only different light conditions, but also for different sports. They are all fully wrapped, so you're getting a ton of coverage, a ton of protection. They are all very lightweight, which means that they should stay comfortable on your face all day long. I think that the best thing you can say about a good pair of sunglasses or eyeglasses or any sport frame especially is that you can put it on and forget about it and then just focus on the game. And so all of these offer that for sure. They all have grip, whether it be in the temple or in the nose, and so they will stay on your face. And they all offer some version of ventilation. That semi-rimless design also does help to function as an anti-fog feature because you don't have a frame trapping the moisture on the bottom of the lens. It can kind of wick away a little more readily. I will be mentioning some standout features. All of these share a lot of features, clearly, like I just mentioned, but I'll be pointing out some standout features that make them all unique in their own right, and hopefully at the end of this video you'll know which one is right for you. If you feel like I missed anything, definitely leave a comment in the comment section below. We will get back to you. We love to hear from you. Let's get into this. We'll start with the Nike Tailwind S. So the S stands for small because this is actually the smaller version of the Tailwind. There is the classic original Tailwind that Nike makes that is just as good as this, just for larger heads. And so we'll just consider this to be essentially 2 frames. So if this sizing doesn't work for you, we actually have a video specifically on the Tailwind, the original. You can check that out. Sizing will probably be good for you as long as you're good with medium to large fits. Let's talk about the Tailwind S though. You do have a contoured lens design. They call it their flying lens. And you do have a floating nose pad, which is a newer nose pad design that Nike has been employing in the majority of their sport-centered frame designs. And it can be a little fickle. This one I like a lot because it is very soft, very flexible. It is rubberized, so it's going to grip really well. But if you don't have, at least with the more rigid versions of this nose bridge, if you don't have the right nose bridge, it might pinch and it doesn't really give so much. But this does more so because it is a softer rubber material, and so I really like that. Back about that lens, that Nike flying lens that they call it. This is a unique one because there are a lot of interchangeable designs out there in the world, even outside of Nike, and I haven't really seen any quite like this. So it has a very small contact point with the frame. So while it is interchangeable, the hook here is quite small and it's only in one spot, as opposed to most which have a hook in both the top right and top left of the lens. What this allows for is a little more venting on the top of the lens, which I think is pretty neat and definitely a unique feature, especially if you're concerned with fogging, because it's going to help with airflow. It is also kind of a cool design aesthetic, so there's that too. With an SFW of 125 millimeters, this lands you at a men's small or a women's small to medium. And next up, we have the Skylon Ace XV Junior, and as denoted by the name, we have another option here that is being showcased in the smaller version. So this is more of a youth size or just smaller individual sized frame, but there is a non-junior size which is larger. So we'll consider that to be kind of one frame. It is made out of nylon, so again, very lightweight. It does have a very deep lens cut, and the lens shape here on the bottom has that lens cut that allows a little wider fit versatility there, especially with people that have higher cheekbones. So it's going to curve up and around that higher cheekbone to make sure that it doesn't sit on your cheeks. So that's nice. It does have an embedded grip in the temple, very flexible temple tip. So it's going to allow for the frame to hold onto your head without pinching, without squeezing too much. And it does have a rubberized vented saddle bridge. And I like this one a lot too, because while it is an adjustable, it is very soft. The venting is really nice for helping to maximize that grip and keep it on your nose. And it is very comfortable, especially thanks to that saddle style nose bridge design. And with an SFW of 127, this frame lands as a men's small or a women's medium. Next up, we have the ever classic, evergreen Nike Show X2. I have liked this frame for a very long time. Really, really classic style. And I think caters to a wide range of sports. We're talking about baseball right now, I know, but a really, really good frame. This kind of is a frame that sits close to my heart because of all the features I'll talk about right now. It does have a slightly adjustable temple, not majorly adjustable, but you can get a little fine-tuned fit there, and you have a textured and rubberized temple. It's going to stay on your face, especially thanks to this adjustable nose bridge with venting that is also rubberized. So to have that versatility is very nice. The frame material is nylon, so it is very durable. It is definitely lightweight. This feels more substantial in the hand for sure, and I think that lends itself to giving you a little more confidence in it being able to stand up to some abuse, and that definitely is the case. And it has a really classic lens shape, which I love. This is just a really good all-around sport frame, even for those of you who like a more aggressive style, to the people who don't like it quite as aggressive. I really like this frame. With an SFW of 136, this lands you at a men's medium to large or a women's large. Next up, we have the Show X3. Yes, you heard it right. There was the X2 that I just discussed, and now there is the X3. This is Nike's newest edition and pretty exciting. I would say definitely aesthetically, cosmetically, much more aggressive in its styling. And of all of these, even though it is with the injected frame material still lightweight, it is probably the least lightweight of all of these, but it's probably not surprising when you look at how much material there is on this frame. And they really went all out to maximize the features and the performance in the X3. And I expect this to do very well. It has a contoured lens shape, and so that's going to give you way more peripheral vision, probably than any of these other options. Like I said, a little more aggressive styling for sure, but it does have venting in the top. All of these, because of the semi-rimless design, if I didn't mention this already, offer better anti-fog performance because you don't have a bottom rim under the lens to trap that moisture, to trap that fog, which fogging is just moisture, in excess of moisture being built up on the surface of the lens. And so it's nice that it has the ability to kind of wick away that moisture more so than a full frame. And this is enhanced with that anti-fog functionality with venting on the top of the frame. And that extra venting is only possible with a little extra frame material up top, which has a nice little side effect, which gives you kind of more protection up top because you have a little more material, kind of like a brow pad, where it gives you more protection from light coming in from up top. And so that's a cool feature to keep in mind. It does have slightly adjustable temples all the way at the very tip in the rubberized part. Again, not a lot of adjustability, just enough to give you a little more fine-tuned, customized fit. This does have that same floating nose pad, which is going to help to increase airflow. It also helps to absorb impact a little better. This is kind of in the mid-range, like I mentioned, with the flexibility in this nose pad, and it is a little wider set than most of the other Nike nose pads I've seen of this design. And so keep that in mind. I think that means it'll be a little more versatile in nose bridge fit as well. If you're looking at these for non-prescription use, then you have access to Nike's Field Tint. That is their baseball specific tint technology, which everything around this lens is designed specifically for baseball use. It's going to make it easier to spot and track the ball. Depth perception cues are enhanced. Just everything about it is better and more optimized for the sport. If you're looking for prescription, this is obviously available in prescription, but it is a little more limited. If you have questions about that, we have opticians who'd love to help you out, but still available in prescription, and in prescription, it's available in SportRx Sport Optimized lens options. So definitely still some really good baseball options available, even in prescription. With an SFW of 135, this lands you at a men's medium to large or a women's large. Last but not least, we have the trainer. And now this frame is made out of nylon, probably the lightest weight of all of these on the table, outside of perhaps the Tailwind S. The Tailwind S, of course, is smaller, so it does feel a little lighter weight in hand, but very, very lightweight. That's one of the things that stands out to me first and foremost in this frame. Really, really good style, similar to the Tailwind in its aesthetic, but it does not have that same fly lens like you're getting in the Tailwind. You are getting it where the frame is around the entire lens at the top, as opposed to only a portion in that frame, which maybe could be a testament to it being a little more durable. So if you're a bit harder on your glasses, you like the look of this, probably go for the trainer. It is vented. It does have that same saddle bridge like I mentioned. Probably the softest, second softest. I think that one has the softest bridge. This is the second softest. Still very nice. And actually a little more accommodating for nose bridges, I would say, in this. They say that it's self-adjusting. I think that it's just because it's a bit softer, that it's going to feel better on your nose over an extended period of time. So I definitely like that in this design. And of course, like I keep saying, that nose bridge gives you more ventilation and more all-day comfort. There is no grip in the temple, but it does have a little bit of a textured finish to it, so that should help a little bit as a grip feature. But it does have the venting in there, which I do like, which is going to help to kind of directionally wick away moisture, which should help keep it on your head. And with an SFW of 136, this lands you at a men's medium to large or a women's large. So that wraps up our top picks for Nike baseball sunglasses. Now, hopefully you have a much better idea as to probably just what to look for in baseball sunglasses, but definitely what of these might work well for you and what they have to offer. Again, if you feel like I missed anything, leave your questions in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from you and we will get back to you. And by the way, if you decide to order from SportRx, thanks to our See Better guarantee, you never have to worry about getting something that isn't right or doesn't work for you. You have as long as 45 days with them to figure that out. You just call us. We'll take care of you no matter what that means on our end. And also we have opticians, like I keep mentioning, who would love to help you get it right the first time. So reach out to us. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was interesting or valuable information. If so, throw us a like because it means a lot to us. You can check out relevant videos here, and also we have great content on our social media outlets. I would encourage you to check us out there as well. We are at SportRx.